I think someone tried to break in while I was babysitting. I was babysitting for a family that lived on the edge of town. Their house sat at the end of a long gravel driveway surrounded by trees, the kind that makes everything feel darker at night. The parents were going to a work event and told me their two kids would already be asleep. Easy money. At around 8:30 p.m. they left, and the house got quiet fast. Too quiet. The only sound was the ticking of a big clock in the hallway, and the occasional creak you hear in older houses. Around 9:15 I heard the first knock. Not on the front door, on the side window next to the kitchen. Just 3 slow taps. I froze. I remember thinking maybe it was a branch or something, but there weren't any trees close enough to touch the house. I walked over and peeked through the blinds. Nothing. The yard light showed the empty side yard and the fence. No movement. I tried to laugh it off and went back to watching TV. 10 minutes later, it happened again. Tap, tap, tap. This time it was louder. I muted the TV and just listened. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. Then I heard something else. Footsteps. Gravel crunching outside. Someone was walking around the house. I grabbed my phone and texted the mom. Hey, is anyone supposed to come by tonight? No reply. The footsteps stopped near the back door. Then the door handle slowly started jiggling. Not violently, just slowly, like someone testing if it was unlocked. I locked it earlier, but I still ran to check. The handle stopped moving the second I got close. I stood there staring at the door for what felt like forever. Then I heard a whisper from the other side. Not words, just breathing. Slow breathing. I backed away and called the parents. Straight to voicemail. That's when I heard the tapping again. But this time, it wasn't coming from the kitchen window. It was coming from the upstairs hallway window, right next to the kids' rooms. My stomach dropped. There is no porch or roof on that side of the house. Nothing someone could stand on. Which meant one thing. Someone had brought a ladder. I grabbed the biggest kitchen knife I could find and slowly walked upstairs. The tapping had stopped, but the hallway light was flickering. The kids were still asleep, but the hallway window was open. Just a crack. Cold air was blowing the curtain. I slammed it shut and locked it, then looked outside. There was a ladder leaning against the house, and someone standing at the bottom of it, just staring up at me. I couldn't see his face because the yard light was behind him, but he knew I saw him. He slowly put a finger to his lips, like he was telling me to be quiet. Then he grabbed the ladder and started climbing again. I ran into the kids' room, locked the door, and called 911. The operator stayed on the phone with me while we hid in the closet. We heard footsteps in the hallway, heavy ones, like someone had gotten inside. Then the bedroom doorknob slowly turned, but the lock held. The footsteps paced outside the room for almost 5 minutes. Then everything went quiet. When the police arrived, they found the ladder outside, but no one was there. The creepy part? They checked the yard camera footage later. The man had been walking around the house for almost an hour before I even heard the first knock, just watching the windows. And the parents told me something after they got home that I wish they had mentioned earlier. The last babysitter quit because she said someone was tapping on the windows while she watched the kids. They thought she was just trying to scare them. Now I refuse to babysit anywhere that isn't an apartment, because every time I hear tapping on a window, I still think about that man standing at the bottom of the ladder, waiting for me to look outside.